The world gazes in astonishment as China ascends to unprecedented pinnacles of economic and technological prowess. This metamorphosis is not merely ephemeral, but a profound paradigm shift that has been meticulously orchestrated over the years. From the bustling thoroughfares of Shanghai to the avant-garde hubs in Shenzhen, while sparks of progress are omnipresent, the velocity and magnitude of this transformation are staggering. Skyscrapers materialize almost instantaneously, and high-speed trains interlink distant metropolises within mere hours, epitomizing the nation's unwavering commitment to infrastructure and connectivity. China is no longer content to be the world's manufacturing hub. It is ascending the value chain, concentrating on high-tech manufacturing and advanced industries. It is swiftly emerging as a global vanguard in innovation, challenging the entrenched hegemony of the United States. Chinese enterprises are now at the forefront of pioneering technologies, from artificial intelligence to renewable energy. This reconfiguration of the global power equilibrium has been years in the making. Decades of economic reforms and strategic foresight have laid the foundation for this ascent. However, recent events have acted as catalysts, propelling China's rise at an exhilarating pace. The rapid infrastructure development is a testament to the country's audacious vision. The COVID-19 pandemic, the US-China tech war in Ukraine have all played a pivotal role in sculpting this new world order. These events have tested China's resilience and adaptability. China's success is not merely a matter of emulating Western paradigms, it is about devising unique solutions tailored to its own exigencies and challenges, driven by a spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship. It is the result of a deliberate and strategic approach to development, guided by a limited vision for the future. The leadership's focus on long-term objectives has been instrumental in this odyssey. Comprehending the factors behind China's rise is imperative for anyone seeking to navigate the intricacies of the 21st century. As China continues to burgeon and evolve, its impact on the global stage will only become more pronounced. The COVID-19 pandemic, while catastrophic for the global community, inadvertently served as a catalyst for China's digital metamorphosis. As lockdowns precipitated economic inertia in numerous regions, China's technological sector thrived. With its formidable digital infrastructure and versatile workforce, China adeptly transitioned to online platforms for professional, educational, and commercial activities. E-commerce behemoths like Alibaba and JD.com experienced unparalleled expansion, while enterprises such as Tencent and ByteDance capitalized on the burgeoning demand for online entertainment and social media. The pandemic also expedited the adoption of digital payment systems, with Alipay and WeChat Pay becoming omnipresent. This digital acceleration was not merely a reaction to the exigency, it was the culmination of years of investment in digital infrastructure, research, and development. China's government discerned the transformative potential of technology early on and instituted policies to nurture its proliferation. Central to China's technological aspirations is the Made in China 2025 initiative, a strategic blueprint promulgated in 2015 to metamorphose China from a manufacturing behemoth into a global technology colossus. The plan delineates 10 pivotal sectors for advancement, encompassing robotics, artificial intelligence, aerospace engineering, and new energy vehicles. Made in China 2025 is not merely about augmenting domestic production. It is about attaining autarky in critical technologies. China endeavors to mitigate its dependency on foreign suppliers, particularly in domains such as semiconductors, where it has historically trailed behind the United States. This audacious plan has elicited criticism from the United States and other Western nations who perceive it as a menace to their own technological hegemony. However, for China, it is a matter of national security and economic competitiveness in an increasingly volatile world. The US-China technological confrontation, which intensified during the Trump administration and has persisted under the Biden administration, has exerted a profound influence on China's technological trajectory. US sanctions targeting Chinese tech conglomerates like Huawei and ZTE have illuminated China's vulnerabilities in critical sectors such as semiconductors. However, these sanctions have also inadvertently galvanized China's resolve to attain technological autonomy. The Chinese government has responded by allocating billions of dollars into research and development, bolstering domestic tech champions, and attracting preeminent talent from across the globe. The tech confrontation has also impelled China to seek alternative markets for its products and technologies. Nations in Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America have become increasingly pivotal partners for Chinese tech enterprises, further augmenting China's global influence. The Ukrainian windfall, energy, trade, and geopolitics. The conflict in Ukraine, while a calamity for those directly impacted, has presented China with both impediments and prospects. The hostilities have reconfigured the geopolitical milieu, compelling nations to reassess their alliances and commercial affiliations. On one hand, the conflict has perturbed global supply chains and exacerbated economic volatility. Enterprises worldwide have had to navigate these perturbations, leading to a reevaluation of global trade routes and dependencies. Conversely, it has enabled China to fortify its ties with Russia and other nations seeking alternatives to the West. This has unveiled new avenues for diplomatic and economic collaboration, fostering a sense of solidarity among non-Western countries. China has been able to procure discounted energy supplies from Russia, ameliorating the impact of escalating energy prices. This energy security has been pivotal for China's economic stability and growth during these tumultuous times. The conflict has also precipitated augmented trade between China and Russia, as well as other nations endeavoring to diminish their reliance on Western markets. This shift in trade dynamics has endowed China with new economic opportunities and bolstered its position in global commerce. Moreover, the hostilities have accentuated the burgeoning schism between the West and Russia, creating an opportunity for China to position itself as a neutral arbiter. By offering to mediate, China has been able to present itself as a sagacious global power. This has allowed China to augment its global standing and amplify its diplomatic leverage. As the world observes, China's role in this evolving geopolitical landscape continues to burgeon, shaping the future of international relations. The ascendancy of the digital yuan, contesting the dollar's supremacy. A pivotal development in China's ascendancy is the advent of the digital yuan, the central bank digital currency of China. This digital currency transcends mere technological innovation, representing a strategic maneuver by China to secure a more formidable position within the global financial architecture. By harnessing the digital yuan, China aspires to diminish its reliance on the US dollar and engender a more equilibrated economic milieu. Although still in its nascent stages, the digital yuan harbors the potential to challenge the preeminence of the US dollar in international finance. Connoisseurs of the financial domain posit that as the digital yuan garners broader acceptance, it could emerge as a preferred medium for international trade and investment, particularly among nations seeking alternatives to the dollar. China has been assiduously advocating for the utilization of the digital yuan in cross-border transactions, especially with nations participating in its Belt and Road Initiative. This initiative, which spans multiple continents, furnishes an extensive network for the digital yuan to be adopted and employed, thereby augmenting its global reach and influence. The digital yuan's alacrity, efficacy, and reduced transaction costs render it an enticing alternative to conventional payment systems, particularly for countries endeavoring to curtail their dependence on the US financial system. These attributes are especially alluring to developing nations in quest of cost-effective and dependable financial solutions. The ascendancy of the digital yuan, in conjunction with other alternative payment systems such as CIPS, is incrementally undermining the hegemony of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. This transition is not merely a financial metamorphosis, but a geopolitical one, as it signifies the shifting equilibrium of power in the global economy. This transition bears profound ramifications for the global financial system and could reconfigure the balance of economic power in the ensuing years. As more nations explore and adopt digital currencies, the traditional financial order may undergo substantial transformations, culminating in a more multipolar world economy. Historical parallels, echoes of post-war transformations. China's contemporary trajectory invites analogies to the post-World War II epoch, when the United States, Japan, and Germany ascended as economic juggernauts. Analogous to these nations, China is harnessing technological innovation, strategic investment, and a propitious geopolitical milieu to propel its ascendancy. The United States, in the aftermath of World War II, reaped the benefits of a surge in demand for its goods and services, as well as its technological acumen. Japan and Germany, despite the cataclysm of war, were able to reconstruct their economies and emerge as global vanguards in manufacturing and innovation. Similarly, China is capitalizing on the extant global landscape to advance its own prerogatives. The COVID-19 pandemic, the US-China tech war, and the war in Ukraine have all engendered opportunities for China to expedite its ascendancy and reconfigure the global order. Challenges and uncertainties, navigating the path ahead. Despite its prodigious advancements, China confronts a plethora of challenges and uncertainties on its trajectory to becoming a global hegemon. The nation's precipitously aging demographic, burgeoning inequality, environmental degradation, and geopolitical frictions with the United States and its allies constitute formidable impediments to its enduring stability and prosperity. China's autocratic political apparatus, while efficacious in propelling economic growth, could also stymie innovation and circumscribe its soft power. The nation's human rights record and its increasingly assertive foreign policy have elicited censure from the international community, potentially impeding its capacity to cultivate trust and cooperation with other states. Navigating these vicissitudes will necessitate astute diplomacy, political reform, and a steadfast commitment to sustainable and inclusive development. How China elects to address these quandaries will determine its ultimate stature on the global stage. China's ascension as a technological and economic colossus is reconfiguring the global paradigm in profound ways. The nation's precipitous advancements in artificial intelligence, semiconductors, renewable energy, and digital finance are subverting the established order and engendering a more multipolar world. The COVID-19 pandemic, the US-China technological rivalry, and the conflict in Ukraine have all expedited this transformation, compelling nations to reassess their alliances and strategies. The ascendancy of China presents both opportunities and challenges for the global community. As China perpetuates its rise, the world must acclimate to this new reality. The epoch of unipolarity has concluded. We are entering an era characterized by heightened complexity, competition, and interdependence. The decisions we make today will delineate the trajectory of the 21st century and beyond. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more erudite content.